Ooh, man, it is pouring on my island today. I suppose rain is a good thing, and I do enjoy it when it rains in this game. However, it does pose an inconvenience for me. For you see, I was planning on catching a bunch of fish and bugs in today's Animal Crossing New Horizons video, and whenever it rains on my island, at the very least, it makes the bug catching portion of the video all the more, shall we say, intolerable, because it doesn't allow bugs to spawn as freely as I would like. Normally there's a trick I like to do where I can make ants spawn, and I can't do that because ants don't appear to spawn in the rain. So what I'll have to do if I want to get through today's tasks is utilize a Nook Miles ticket and go to a Nook Miles island and hope for the best. Alright, it's 9:35 a.m. on Tuesday, March 23rd, 2021. Tell you what I'll do. I will buy 2 Nook Miles tickets, and hopefully I will be brought to at least one island where I can catch bugs and fish with ease. And they don't have any more fish bait anyway, so getting a Nook Miles ticket will make the fishing a lot easier too. The rain makes for a nice change of pace, but in these recent days, it is not all that helpful. I know I've got mail. I know I've got the bug model from Flick. I will not be... Well, alright, fine. Let's go ahead and have a look-see. Alright, so yeah, we got the bug model from Flick. There you go. Noble snail, right? I mean, I guess it's fitting that I got this today because that is based off of, well, you catch snails in the rain. So now I've got a bug model of a snail. Alright, here we go. And we're going to do boom. And then the snail model. I mean, okay, I guess I can see how it looks real quickly. And on that note, are there snails on the rocks right here? Not at the moment. How about the rock out here? No, fine. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. I don't know who the guest on my island is just yet. That's fine. So we do this, we place the item. Yeah, I mean, it's a good looking snail model. I won't lie. Alright, well, hey, let's not do any terraforming today. Let me just try and put... Oh, okay, I guess I'm jumping over here now. Oh, Kix is the person on my island today. Hello, Kix. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and set this at... I don't know. Here. And then... Oh, well, I guess I can just climb up and put it somewhere real quickly. Here we go. Tell you what. I'm going to hide it right here until I can decide which side it goes on, because I don't want to have one side have more bugs than the other. So until then, I'll be like, oh, what's blocking me here? Oh, there's a snail model here that nobody can see. Ha ha ha. Once I get another bug model, if I get another bug model, I will set it over to the right side. But for now, I mean, I know I have this extra ant model. I don't have much of a use for that. So, it's okay. We'll make it work. Alright. What else we got? Oh, we got this message in a bottle. Well, what kind of DIY recipe do we got, huh? Da-da-da! Tiny library! I already know it. In fact, I even already have a tiny library over to the right. So, we'll stick this recipe back here. There we go. Drop item. Very good. Alright, well, let's see what numbers I gotta try to reach today. I don't know if I'm gonna do too well with the bug catching quota given the rain, but if I go to a Nook Miles island, maybe my luck will be much better. So, if I were to catch 50 fish today, that would put me at 4,466 total caught fish. 4,466, let me write that down so I don't forget later. And then as for the bugs, if I were to catch 40 bugs, that puts me at 4,802 total caught bugs. And then I would need only 198 bugs to go. Crazy to think about. Alright. Well, first of all, Kix, how are you doing? I would be interested in buying some stuff. I'm sorry you gotta work in the rain, buddy. I don't know that I need any of this. The white impish wings are interesting to me. And I'll tell you what, I'll buy that blue bag too. I'm pretty sure I only have that big blue bag in the color of green. So maybe having a blue one would be handy too. Alrighty. There we go. And then nice big blue bag. Alright. I'll take it. There you go, sir. Enjoy. Give you some business. I just kind of feel bad that you're working out here in the rain. You provide a good service. And you sell items that I can't normally buy on my own island. Alright. Now, to resident services. To buy some Nook Miles tickets, because I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to get the tickets. Alright, here we go. So we do boom, Hello. Yes, hello. And then 100 extra Nook Miles. I mean, that is handy. I will not lie. Alright, so Nook Miles ticket. Alrighty. Here we go. I will get 2. That'll bring me down to 280,000 total Nook Miles. But you know what? It's okay. We will make it work. Everything will be fine. Everything will work out. Alright, so yes, I would like to make another selection. Boom. Okay. Yes. That. Good. Alrighty. All set. 2 Nook Miles tickets. With any luck, I will only need the 1 Nook Miles ticket today. And then tomorrow, I can just use the other Nook Miles ticket and have everything work out. But before I leave, I'm going to catch the 5 wasps that are guaranteed to spawn on my island. I figure that will at least make the bug catching process today a bit easier, because I don't only need to find 35 bugs after that. Yeah, the rain is nice, but I'm finding more and more that rain in video games serves as more of an inconvenience than a convenience. I mean, if you need to catch a coelacanth or a snail, you know, now's the time to do so. But for me, a guy is more concerned about the quantity of bugs and fish that I obtain rather than, I guess, technically the quality, which types of bugs or fish I obtain. Rain is not great right now, so we will just have to go ahead and hope for the best. Man, the weeds are getting a little out of control there, huh? Alright, let's go shake some trees. Let's get some wasps. Alright, there. See, we're off to a roaring start, and I caught it. That's the important thing. As long as I catch the wasps, we're fine. I'd like to think that they'd be handicapped because of the rain. I don't think they'd be able to fly as well, but I digress. I guess I'm glad that they just spawn on my island at all, really. Alright, there we go, and then there's this. Hey, what's up? Pet food bowl, very good. Okay, I'll take that. And then there's this, and then there's more wasps. Okay, I'll take that as well. Alright, we are getting a move on. We are going to make things work. Alright, here we go. And then there's that, and that's wasp number 3. Will I see any other bugs besides the wasps on my island? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, you know, I can only hope that I do well with the bug catching quota. I really don't want to fall behind anymore, especially if I'm going to be doing a multiplayer video in the near future. I probably won't be catching bugs or fish or well, maybe deep sea creatures on that day, but I don't know about bugs or fish. So I gotta do what I can. I gotta make another net. That's fine. I've gotten into the habit of needing to craft new tools. Here we go. Let's craft. We'll make it work. All right. Good, good, good. Alright. And then I'll probably be on a Nook Miles island for the rest of this video, so if I need more tools, I can just order them with Nook Miles. Oh, it's so genius. Alright, there we go. Alright, all done for now. All set. Alrighty. We're gonna get it. Alright, so hang on, I just shook this tree, right? I mean, if more tree branches or something want to come out. No, I did not shake this tree. Very good. Alright, so that's wasp number 3 or number 4? I need to double check that. Let me see. That is... Oh, well, first of all, this needs to go over here. And that was wasp number 5. Great. Alright, so that's basically all the bugs I'm going to be able to get from my own island. It's a bit unfortunate, but that's how it be sometimes. So let me go ahead and put these bags away. And then I will go use a Nook Miles ticket. Yeah, I could have done without the rain. The rain could have come by like next week when I'd be done with these Nook Miles achievements. Tell you what, I'll catch one fish right here on my own island real quickly. Here we go. Here, fishy, fishy. Oh, that's not a good angle to be trying to get it. Alright, how about that? Nope, 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 nope. How about that? Nope. Stop going forward, fish. Come on. If you face down a little bit. Oh my god, nope, it's not gonna happen. That fish is too far away from where I can cast the lure, so never mind. I will catch a different fish at a different location at a different time. For now, let's put those bags I bought into storage. Alright, here we go. So we do boom, put in storage, boom, put in storage. And then what was the, oh yeah, the pet food bowl. What the hey, we'll put that in storage too. And then we'll go sell the wasps in the wasp nest. And then we'll go to another island, and I'll ramble on, and then before I know it, I'll have caught 50 fish and hopefully 40 bugs. Really, the island to go to today is Damselfly Island, if I really just want to knock out both of those Nook Miles achievements today, but I do believe that my odds of going to that island are slim, and that I probably won't wind up on that island. Okay, so we'll just sell some stuff. We'll use the drop-off box. Not a problem. Alright. You know, let's sell. Alright, and then we'll do boom, 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 boom. Oof, 11,200 bells just for catching those wasps, huh? Alright, can I catch one fish on my island before I leave? I have my doubts. Oh, I never sold the turnips. Alright, it's fine, it's fine. I keep forgetting I have them. I will worry about that on a different day. As in, not today. I will make it work. Alright, red snapper, cool. One quick fish, only 49 fish left to catch for the day. I will sell this fish real quickly, and then I will get a move on. Here we go. Alright, there. Now there's a bunch of wasps in there, and now there's a fish and a conch in there. There you go. Good. Alright, let's get the heck out of here. Let's hopefully go to a Nook Miles island that is easily navigatable, maneuverable, whatever phrase you want to use. One where I can catch fish or bugs with ease. Alright, my man, how you doing? I was lucky to be able to catch enough bugs on a previous day where I was on a Nook Miles island, so I can only hope that things work out today. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted to hit. I did want to use that Nook Miles ticket now that you mention it, sir. I do want to use that. So I want to fly. Alright, I do want to use that Nook Miles ticket. Alrighty. Alright, time for takeoff, sir. We're good, we're good, we're good. We're gonna get it. We're gonna be fine. Alrighty. All set. Cool. There you go. Okay, so I'll go to this island. Come on. First try, let's have a nice, good island with just a very accessible lake or river or something that I can get without needing to climb anything. Oh, looks like we're off to a good start. Are things good? Is this going to be a good island for me? I would say so. Oh, it's got plenty of butterflies. Hey, I was just at this island a couple days ago, so I can approve it. I do approve. Alright, I guess let's start with the bugs while they're here, because I know there will be more fish. There you go. Boom. Excellent. Thank you. Alright. Let's get a couple of those. Which of these trees has the wasps? I will find it. The trees in the back? I think it was the trees in the back last time. You think I would know. I was just here. I do not need the picnic basket, thank you. It's not that one. Oh. Okay, hang on, hang on, hang on. Let's get the bug that can be easily scared away first, and let's go for the butterfly. Oh, I'm so thankful so many bugs are here. Now I don't have to worry about another day where I don't fulfill the bug quota, because as I keep saying, I really can't fall behind on that. I gotta make sure that I get 40 bugs these days, every day, and then I will be done with this achievement, like, counting today, 6 days from now. It'll be great. Alright, I'll take that. I'll take it. I'll take it. Lots of bugs. I love it. Alright. What else we got? I'm glad it's not raining here. That much is good. Okay, that had a tree branch. One of these has wasps. I know it. I know it. Alright. Which one is it, though? It is this one. I found it. I found the wasps. I don't need the wasp nest. We're good. That's plenty of bugs. Okay. Whew. That ought to do it then. Any last second butterflies or stink bugs want to make themselves known? Because otherwise I'm going to switch on over to fishing. I think I've only caught 10 bugs total though. So if I see more bugs spawn in the background, I will have to... Well, I'll basically have to switch to catching bugs instead of catching fish. Alright, let me see. Hey, this fish keeps changing its angles. Look. I'll put you back in a safe space at some point in the future. Alright. I don't want to hurt anyone. Alright, there we go. I was afraid I was going to start things off by catching a tire instead of an actual fish. But that was a fish, so that's good. Let's get more of those. So guys, normally when I do fishing, at least as has been the case for these past dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen videos, I come up with a general topic and I just kind of start rambling. I was thinking today I would talk about how I got to meet certain YouTubers and how things just kind of played out. Because yesterday, I believe I talked about the idea of traveling and going to conventions, because conventions are very, very, very important to me. But I want to talk about some of the people I've been fortunate enough to meet. You know, I totally acknowledge that there are plenty of people who watch my videos that also watch other content creators that are much bigger than myself, and I'm very fortunate to say that there are content creators that are much bigger than myself that I can consider myself a good friend with. Namely, a lot of the people that I work for, like Arlo or Chugga Conroy or Source Gaming or Commonwealth Realm. You know, I'm very happy that I can call those people or those groups of people my friends. So, how did that come to be? Like, how did I become friends with Chugga Conroy? How did I get into working with Arlo? How did I meet a lot of these different YouTubers? Well, I will scare that fish away first of all, but I will tell you. Now, you might not care for a lot of these other YouTubers, but I do believe it's important as a growing content creator, and as anyone in the industry in general, to have a good network of people. But I know that there are a lot of people out there who really just want to become friends with the popular guys, right? They just want to become friends with the other popular channels because they think that'll immediately get their channel to immediate popularity. You know, why become friends with this channel that has 1,000 subscribers when I can become friends with this channel that has 1 million subscribers, right? You know, forget the 1,000 subscriber channel. Let me just go straight to the top. And I want to be real with you guys. Content creators can tell when you're trying to mooch off them, all right? Content creators also generally don't care if people just want to hang out with them as long as you're honest. Like, I've been invited to group parties or group dinners, you know, where I just get to hang out and I'm technically the smallest creator there in terms of popularity. But I believe I get to hang out with them because they enjoy my presence and enjoy my company and trust me. They know that I'm not just trying to mooch off of them. You know, I respect these content creators as people and not just because of their numbers. I obviously acknowledge that they are bigger than I am and that they have been doing something right and that they have earned their popularity. But when I hang out with these creators bigger than myself, you know, I'm friends with them. You know, like a friend, like you treat your friends with respect and you treat them for who they are and not for something to your gain. So that's how I see it. And I guess I'll go down the list. So we'll start with Chugga Conroy because he's one of my inspirations. He's one of the reasons my channel is the way it is, and he's one of the reasons I got to meet the people I got to meet. So technically, the first time I interacted with him was years ago when I issued a challenge video to him. I did a walkthrough of Pokemon Emerald on my channel, and not too long afterward, he did a Pokemon Emerald Let's Play on his channel, and there was overlap in our teams, and it was just kind of funny that they happened so close to each other. And so I thought it would be funny to do this over-the-top challenge video. It really wasn't supposed to be taken all that seriously, and it was actually inspired by a different group of creators who did something similar in the past. For those who know the Angry Video Game Nerd or the Nostalgia Critic, the Angry Video Game Nerd primarily reviews games, but he's done some work on reviewing movies in the past. And the Nostalgia Critic primarily reviews movies, although he's reviewed like a game or two in the past. And the Nostalgia Critic was at the time was considered one of the biggest reviewers of movies, and the Angry Video Game Nerd was considered the biggest reviewer of games. But they had a similar style, so people compared the two of them together all the time. So the Nostalgia Critic did this over-the-top video where he challenged the Angry Video Game Nerd and was like, I'm a better reviewer than you'll ever be. You know, I challenge you. You're stepping on my turf type of thing. Like, totally over the top. No malice intended. Definitely just like, you know, you're addressing something your fans are saying. It's all in good fun. So much like they did, I did a video where I pretended to be a villain, and I challenged Chugga Conroy to a Pokemon battle. I was like, we use the same, we have very similar tastes and teams and structures in our videos, and we did our walkthroughs and Let's Plays around the same time. So I challenge you, Chugga Conroy, and the video basically blew up. I had a lot of friends help popularize it, and I even had one or two friends that were in contact with Chugga, so I believe they even sent it directly to him. And Chugga did respond. He messaged me privately, and he said, hey, I want to discuss this with you. I'm not, I think this is fun, but we can't do this challenge right now. That's basically what it boiled down to. He was very upfront with me, and he explained, like, I think it's actually funny that you did this. I do remember, and I even said this years later, he said I had some serious balls to do a video like that. That was one of the first things he told me. And then he did say, you know, maybe in the future, but for now, here are the reasons why we can't do it. And I totally respected that. Then, as time went along, he messaged me for one or two other things. He wanted my opinion on stuff, because he's the type of guy that likes to make his videos perfect. So he wanted to get feedback from a bunch of different creators, and eventually he started asking for my feedback. And then eventually, he had me spot check his Pokemon Platinum Let's Play. He wanted people to look at his Pokemon Platinum videos before they went live to make sure that they were factually correct and that there were no big glaring errors and that whatever he said made sense. Which really puts into perspective how perfect he wants his videos to be. But it, you know, he asked me because he knew I was a big Pokemon guy. He's like, "Hey, can you go over these videos?" And I said, "Sure." And then on top of that, he wanted me to be a guest in one of his Pokemon Platinum videos. He wanted to showcase the various multiplayer features that the game had to offer, so he planned out a bunch of guests ahead of time, and he had a bunch of different content creators on there too. You know, he had Marilyn, Cephazon, the Jaywits, Tamashi Hiroka, just a bunch of different people who are known to play Pokemon. And so he asked me, he said, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And I said, "Absolutely, I would love to." And so he volunteered to fly me to his house so that we could record a feature of local multiplayer in Pokemon Platinum. And that, you know, was a huge delight. And before I went to his house to do Pokemon Platinum with him, I was spot checking all of his other videos, making sure that he edited them correctly and making sure that there were no mistakes. And what wound up happening was, I see that like I did something wrong. No, something separate happened. What wound up happening was when he recorded one episode of Pokemon Platinum, all of the audio got erased by complete accident. Like he had the gameplay, but the gameplay didn't have audio. It's an issue I've had with one of my Animal Crossing videos in the past. It just happens sometimes. I believe that happened to him because his computer updated the night before and it changed some settings and he didn't know until after he was done recording. But he was really upset. He was like, "Man, you know, this is the last thing I need right now. I don't know what to do." So I saw him say that, and I said, "What if I go back and edit the sound effects back in? What if I make it appear as though you never lost audio?" And he kind of did the whole spiel of like, "Oh, don't be ridiculous. You know, that's crazy." And I said, "Well, it's the least I could do. You're inviting me to your house. That's one of the most generous things that someone can do is invite me to your house on your own time and allow me to do something with you. Like the least I should do something in return." And he was like, "Well, you're already spot checking my videos." And I'm like, "I'm gonna watch your videos anyway. Let me help you. If nothing else, it's a good test for me." And he said, "All right, if you want to try it, give it a shot." So he sent me the video files, and I downloaded a bunch of Pokemon sound effects, and I got to work. And it's not perfect. It actually, if you guys want to know, I believe it's part 38 of the Pokemon Platinum Let's Play where the audio is missing, and at the time, I did not have access to like 90% of the sound effects from Pokemon Platinum. So what I had to do instead was I had to use sound effects from other Pokemon games, whether they came from older Pokemon games like Pokemon Emerald or newer Pokemon games like Pokemon Black and White. And if you listen, you can tell like that's not the exact sound effect for opening a door. That's not the exact sound effect for using an item, but it's a sound effect that existed in another Pokemon game. So I'm like, it literally is better than nothing. So I did it, and at the time, we came to the agreement that he should not credit me in the video because I was going to appear as a guest in the series like 2 or 3 videos later. But I think Chugga really appreciated that, and to me, it made me feel a bit better about going to his house and not just mooching off him. It's like, well, at the very least, I did this thing for him. So it makes me feel a little better about earning his trust and earning the right to appear in a series that I edited this video. So that's how I see it, and that's what I did. And since then, Chugga Conroy and I did do our battle in Pokemon Emerald. He kicked my butt, spoiler alert. He and I recorded a few other videos, and I consider him to be a good friend of mine. I believe he considers me his friend as well. I know he has, like, closer best friends and whatnot, but we still do work with one another. We are still excited to see each other at events. I don't remember which event. I want to say it was PAX Prime 2015. Before I was part of his Pokemon Platinum series at all. He was very excited to see me, and he surprised me and came up to me and gave me like a big old bear hug and lifted me into the air. So that was a treat. So I have a lot of respect for Chugga, and that's basically how I came to know him. I made a challenge video, he acknowledged it, and then he trusted my opinion on stuff, and then now we have a nice working and friendly relationship. I will say, though, I don't encourage other people to do what I did. I got lucky. If you want to become friends with someone like that, generally you have to earn your way to the top, which I guess I also kind of did. But I don't want to tell people, like, oh, if you want to be friends with a big YouTuber, go make a bunch of challenge videos and beg for their attention. No, it's not like that. I got lucky. I did this with a sense of respect, I like to think, and I would have been okay if he never responded. But we're talking about something I did 10 years ago, too. And whether you guys want to admit it or not, YouTube was a lot different 10 years ago. It was still a big website, but the way videos were presented and the way they got circulated around to people was a lot different than now. So, there's that. I will say, different people will react differently, too. So I'm lucky that Chugga handled it professionally and was very respectful to me. I don't know that it would play out the same way if I were to do it today. Not that he wouldn't treat it with respect, but I don't know that it would have worked out. But okay, using that knowledge, we can move on to how I got to meet some other creators. I met most creators through conventions, mind you. But there is kind of this snowball effect that I've discussed several times in videos where after you work with a few people and meet a few creators, it kind of gets easier from there. And what I kind of want to talk about is Twitter followers, really. I'm not a huge person on Twitter. The amount of followers I have on Twitter is a little over 8,000 at the time of recording this video, but the amount of subscribers I have on YouTube is over 88,000. So we're talking about a 1-to-11 ratio, which is fine. Very rarely does someone have a 1-to-1 ratio on every single social media platform. You know, even like Chugga Conroy, he has over 1 million subscribers on YouTube, but I think I don't remember his Twitter follower. Like, I'm not actively keeping tabs on stuff like that, but I think he only has like 200,000 or 300,000 followers on Twitter, which is a lot. And it's a better ratio than what I've got. But you know, it's not everyone, right? It's never going to be 1-to-1. So, I bring this up, though, because when a lot of people want big creators to follow them on Twitter, because when you start getting big people to follow you on social media, it kind of starts becoming like this network that you've created. It kind of starts to become a portfolio. It's like, you know what it's like? It's like trading cards. All right, when certain people follow you on Twitter, it's like you've obtained a rare trading card, or however you want to value it. And when you have enough popular big trading cards, you start to become a more noteworthy collector, right? If someone has a bunch of big followers following them, that gives them a lot more street credit than a channel that doesn't have a bunch of big followers following them. So I'm very fortunate that a lot of big creators choose to follow me. A lot of people that have, 10 times the amount of followers I do choose to follow me, and I appreciate that. And what happens is, when I do have a lot of people that are bigger than myself that follow me, it does make it easier to try and meet different creators. So, like I worked for the Completionist, so he follows me on Twitter. So if someone that follows the Completionist sees my Twitter account, they might say, oh, well, you know what? The Completionist follows him. So the Completionist probably trusts him to some degree. That's how it works. So a lot of people try to fight for Twitter follows. They try to do follow for follow. I don't recommend doing that, because if you earn your Twitter follows, you're kind of seen with more respect. I guess to each their own. I don't know. So, that makes it easier to try and meet some other creators. So when I get invited to these circles or whatever, I remember I was in Chicago for an event called Versus Expo in 2019, and there was a party in a hotel room, and I was chatting with people, and others were talking about the people that followed me on Twitter, and I was like, oh yeah, I do know this person, yada yada yada, and it got brought up that that Reggie Fils-Aimé followed me on Twitter, which is cool. I think that's awesome. I'm really flattered, but I don't really go around and say, oh, well, this person follows me on Twitter. I mean, I know I'm saying it now for the sake of a story, but a lot of people value that more than I do. And it wasn't till I started hearing that stuff at parties and events that I realized, whoa, people take Twitter follows and followers very seriously. And I get it. There's a nice feeling you have when someone you look up to follows you back on Twitter. Like, I totally get that. I will not deny that. I get a big smile on my face when, people like Arlo and Sugar Conroy follow me on Twitter. I'm like, oh, I've earned their respect, and I get so happy. But I'm never, fighting for it. Does that make sense? I'm never objectively hurt when I follow a big creator and that creator doesn't follow me back. Would I like that person to follow me back? I mean, of course. But I also acknowledge, maybe that person doesn't really know me yet. There are people I follow on Twitter that don't follow me back, and that's totally fine. So, with that said, I guess I can get into... That brings me to the next topic. So first of all, I've met people because they know people that follow me on Twitter. They're like, oh, well, this person follows you. And I'll say, really? Oh, so he does. And that's how some people will come to respect me. I will not take it for granted that Reggie Fils-Aimé follows me on Twitter. I have a lot of respect for the dude, and I'm very thankful for that. But I wasn't aware that gives me, a higher elite status to some creators. A lot of people are like, well, Reggie Fils-Aimé follows Yoshiller on Twitter, so therefore Yoshiller is, seen as this higher person. And I'm like, I'm really not. You gotta remember, I'm just the guy, at least in today's day and age, I'm just the guy that's playing Animal Crossing every day. I don't feel any more elite than anyone else. I do admit, I do feel as though there are some things that I have earned that other people may not deserve to earn yet. But I don't feel as though I'm royal. I don't feel like a VIP, you know what I mean? I'm thankful that I get to know certain people, but I don't think one person following me on Twitter suddenly means that I should be treated as a celebrity. I should be treated as a celebrity for the work that I do, not for the people that I know. You know what I mean? I don't think that... I do think that knowing people in the industry is one of the best things you can do to expand your horizons, but I don't think that I should be seen as someone special or someone above the rest just because I have someone follow me on Twitter that other people do not. And I want to be clear. I'm repeating the same phrases over and over. I've been saying, you know what I mean? I want to be clear, yada, yada, yada. I'm repeating myself. I'm sorry. But what I want to say is, I can tell you why Reggie does follow me. It's because I was a Nintendo brand ambassador. He follows a lot of other Nintendo brand ambassadors. So, that's cool. But it's not as if, I saved his kid or anything like that. It's because I did some work with him, It's because he saw myself and a bunch of other creators, and he chose to follow us as a means of a thank you. So that's cool. Now, how did I meet Reggie? I was in a series of lucky events. It very easily could not have worked out the day that I met him, but it was as simple as this. In 2015, there were the Video Game Awards. It was not the first year that the Video Game Awards had occurred, but it was the first time that I ever actually went to the Video Game Awards. And I kind of decided to go to them relatively late, relatively last minute. But I bought a ticket online. I had a seat kind of far back. I think I was in row... I want to say it was row HH or AH. And it just to clarify what that means, when you have rows in a stadium or a concert event or something, the rows go alphabetically. So row A is the closest, row B is the second closest, yada, yada, yada. And then when you get to row Z, after that, it starts to repeat. So you start doing row AA, AB, AC, something like that. So I either had row AH or I want to say it said HH. But either way, it was far in the back. But I was content with it. You know, I chose to buy a cheaper seat, and so I went to this event with my Yoshi hat on, and I saw some friends, and I was chatting, and I was waiting inside the venue, not necessarily inside the seating area, but I was inside the venue waiting for the show to start, and a guy approached me, and I want to say the guy worked for Budweiser, some beer company, I don't remember. And he comes up to me and he goes, "Hey man, how you doing? I work for such and such company. Where are you seated at this event?" And I said, "Oh, something like AH or HH." And he goes, "How would you like a seat in the 5th row?" And I said, "Oh, well, that sounds great. What's the catch?" And he goes, "All you gotta do is anytime a Budweiser commercial comes on, you just gotta cheer. You know, make yourself seem excited." And I was like, "Okay, great." So we traded tickets. He took my ticket and like tried to sell it to someone outside, and I got a 5th row seat. And because I had a 5th row seat, I got to go inside early because they seated people within the first 5 or 6 rows before everyone else. So I got to go in, and I had a seat pretty close to the front. And as I'm sitting there, I'm chatting with some of the people that are seated beside me, and I look over to my right, and I keep like doing double takes, and I'm like, I think that's Reggie Fils-Aimé over there, and he's chatting with some employees, and I recognize 1 or 2 of the employees too. Like I definitely know those are the Nintendo employees. But I'm like, I think that's Reggie, and I'm kind of talking to some of the people, saying like, "Is it rude if I go up and ask for a picture?" And they're like, "Well, I mean, now's your chance before everyone else comes in." I was like, "Ah, you're right. Do you want to go take a picture with Reggie?" And the guy was like, "I've already taken a picture with Reggie." And I'm like, "Really? All right, well, fine. I'll go do it myself." So I shyly, is that a word? I don't know. I'm shy as I go up to approach Reggie, and I try to keep like some sense of confidence. I try not to stutter my words or anything, but obviously I'm nervous. I really don't want to bother the guy. I know everyone wants a picture with Reggie just because he's the man. He's cool. He's done a lot of great things. He's a celebrity. Okay, he's like an elite dude that should be treated with respect. I'm just a guy that got a picture with him. But in any case, I walk up to him. I said, "Hi, Reggie Fils-Aimé. I'm a huge fan of your work. I'm a Nintendo brand ambassador, and I was wondering if I could get a picture with you real quickly." And he gives me like a nice stern handshake, and he goes, "You're a brand ambassador. Well, then how can I say no?" And someone takes a picture, and he goes, "Thank you very much for all that you do." And we turn around, and there's like 4 or 5 other people. And Reggie goes, "Ah, look what you did. You started a line." And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to." And he goes, "Nah, I'm just kidding. Enjoy the show." Very, very polite man. So I got that picture, and what happened later was in 2019, Reggie Fils-Aimé decided to retire. He basically said, I've done my fair share of work, I've made my fair share of money, I'm ready to retire. Very, very respectful manner, and or rather, the Nintendo staff asked a lot of Nintendo brand ambassadors, "Hey, we know you guys are familiar with Reggie Fils-Aimé. Would any of you guys like to record a 30-second goodbye video?" And I'm pretty sure all of us said yes, because he followed pretty much every Nintendo brand ambassador that I know. So we all recorded these kind of quick, private, just videos of us saying goodbye. I haven't seen anyone else's goodbye videos, so I don't really know how like private it's supposed to be. I could post it if I wanted to. I know like Arlo did, and I know the Completionist recorded one. I don't know that I've seen it though, but I recorded one as well. So I assume that anyone else Reggie followed on Twitter recorded a goodbye video, and that's basically all it came down to. So I was very fortunate to meet the guy, and he followed me on Twitter, and then when that happened, that kind of opened the doors for a lot of other people to want to work with me. It gave me a lot of street credit. And I was very flattered. And I don't know if I've said this on this series before. There was one time where I did consider having Reggie Fils-Aimé as a guest in this series. It obviously didn't work out. He's not a guest in this series. You know, everyone always sits back and they're like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I got this big celebrity to appear on my series, yada, 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 right? Like, we all think that. And so I thought, well, you know, I guess I could ask. I don't want to press my luck. You know, I'm already fortunate to have gotten a picture with the guy. I'm already fortunate that he follows me on Twitter. The last thing I should do is really, like, you know, milk this. But I did ask him on Twitter. I sent him a private message and I said, hey, I run this daily Animal Crossing series on my channel. I was wondering if you'd be interested in being a guest. No hard feelings if you say no. I hope I'm not bothering you. I figured it was worth a shot to ask. And he did respond. And he said no. He said, you know, I appreciate you reaching out, but I'm just too busy. And I said, I totally respect that. No worries. Again, very, very professional, respectful man. So that's a little bit of history right there. I did ask the man if he wanted to appear on my Animal Crossing series, because he was doing Animal Crossing stuff with basically like a bunch of other celebrities. So I figured, like, oh, I guess I could ask. Can't hurt to ask, right? And sure enough, it didn't hurt to ask. It was fine. But now, like, going forward, now I really can't press my luck. So I tried, and that's how I met Reggie, technically speaking. And I guess we'll go beyond that. So I've mentioned Arlo a couple times in this video now. Arlo, very, very good guy. I do really, really love working for him. How did I meet him? I met him in 2018. I was a fan of his work. I commonly had his videos on in the background when I was doing my own work. And he naturally was a fan of The Completionist. So he had heard of me. And I was flattered by that. And the way I met him was in 2018, I went to PAX West. And the day before PAX West took place, Nintendo invited a bunch of influencers and journalists to their headquarters. And that was awesome. But I want to be clear. We did not get like a tour of the headquarters. We were brought to a specific room to play a specific set of games. But even then, it was still awesome. I never thought in a million years that Nintendo would invite me to their headquarters. That was the dream. I was so excited. I was so happy. In any case, they invited him and they invited a bunch of other people to the headquarters, and that's where we met. And I don't think we saw each other for the rest of the event, but a lot of us that got invited to that event really cherished that moment. And a lot of us just kind of sat in the lobby waiting for the other influencers and journalists to show up so Nintendo could get started with the reason we were there, which, just to be clear, we were there to play indie games. Nintendo calls it Nindies at night, and they've hosted this event at other locations in the past. And this time they just held it at their headquarters, which was cool. And we got to play a bunch of indie games, and those were awesome. That was the year that they had Untitled Goose Game, which was, I gotta think that was the most popular game of the show. But I also particularly remember the game Treasure Stack. I thought that game was really cool. And they had Suda51's game. They had, not No More Heroes 3, it was No More Heroes Travis Strikes Again. So that was really cool. And a bunch of other people were there too. There was like Chugga Conroy, and there was Abdallah Smash, and there was... I know there were a lot more people I can't remember. And I'm remembering a lot of people that were there way after the fact. Like Steve Bowling. If you guys don't know him, he's part of Good Vibes Gaming. I guess I met him there. I felt like I met him way after that. But when I chatted with him again right before I went on Good Vibes Gaming, he said something like, "Yeah, I haven't spoken to you since that Nintendo event." And I was like, "Is that where I met you? I don't remember anymore. I'm getting all my stories mixed up." But I trust that he was there. So yeah, also great guy. So I met Steve Bowling there, and I met Arlo there, and both of those were real treats. I'm trying to think, like, when it comes to meeting some other content creators, I meet a lot of them at these big group events. Like Chugga Conroy has hosted a Super Smash Bros. Tournament on his channel before, and that's how I got to meet a lot of people. That's how I got to meet Proton John and his wife Luca Jin. Because both of them were my opponents in that tournament. And that's also how I got to meet Some Call Me Johnny, because he was one of the opponents in that tournament. And I have a lot of respect for the guy, too. And I guess I didn't need to toss that fish, but I didn't need to hang on to it either. I've already got 3 Ranchu goldfish sitting in storage at home. I'm just kind of hoarding them for the day when CJ shows up back on my island. So yeah, I met a lot of people there. And Tom Fox and Attacking Toucans I met at that tournament as well. PAX East 2015 in particular is actually where I just met a ton of people. That's where I got to hang out with Kit and Krista from Nintendo Minute. That was a treat. They featured me in one of their videos. That was like a true honor. Even though it's only for like 3 seconds, the fact that it had my name really meant a lot. They did like this vlog of PAX East 2015, and they went around, and because I was a media person at PAX East, I got to go inside the show floor an hour early, and so did they. So they were going around, and you know, naturally a lot of other creators and myself flocked toward Nintendo's booth because we want to see everything before all the lines get super busy. And we go inside, and you know, Kit and Krista have their camera, and they film me for a second, and then in their video on Nintendo's channel, they show all these different creators, and there's a moment where it shows me waving toward the camera, and it says Yoshiller on it, and that just made me feel so happy. So there was that. So that was that my first time meeting Kit and Krista in person? I think so. Prior to that, they knew me as kind of like this, probably like a maniac fan. Because, in case you guys don't know, I actually walked to Nintendo's office one day. That's a whole different story that I kind of cringe at now. But I walked to their office, and I basically asked if I could do something at the office, and they said no, and that's fine. And I wound up. They left me with some goodies. I got to the office, and the lady at the front desk was very patient and generous with me, and she was like, you know, thank you for coming by. You know, we can't really have you do anything while you're here, but here are some goodies. And they gave me some thank you cards, and I filled out a thank you card and said, can you give this to Kit and Krista? And they said sure. And then, so I guess that's how they knew of me. And so when they saw me at an event, they were like, oh, here's the guy. So that was a treat. So that's how I met them. With regards to other creators, so that was Arlo, that was Sugar Conroy. How did I meet the completionist, I guess? Well, that comes down to a good friend of mine known as Gilly the Kid. And Gilly the Kid I met through my friend Tails' channel. So yeah, it's a big web of contacts. But Gilly the Kid and I had chatted a couple times in the past, and Gilly the Kid already knew the completionist. And in case you guys don't know Gilly the Kid, he's a game reviewer and he's a musician. And he's a good guy. And we don't chat super much, but we did chat enough. And I believe I just asked him, like, do you know if the completionist is looking for work? And he's like, oh, well, you know, I could ask. Send me your portfolio, and I'll send it his way. So Gilly the Kid did that for me. So really, if there's anyone I should be thanking for my current career in the gaming industry and my access to knowing so many people, it really should be Gilly the Kid. I feel like I don't give him enough credit. So I really am thankful that he did that for me. That was very nice of him. And I feel like I don't chat about that enough. So Gilly the Kid did that for me. And Gilly the Kid also, we stayed in hotel rooms together before. So because of that, that's also kind of how I got to know Ant Dude and Bit Nerd. Bit Nerd you might also know from Good Vibes Gaming. So the 4 of us stayed in a hotel room before. So that's kind of how that works. So now when we go to events, we all we say hi, we give each other hugs, we hang out. So there's that. So I met Bit Nerd, or maybe I met Bit Nerd before that, but that Gilly the Kid's how I met Ant Dude. And then, yeah, Bit Nerd I might have met because I might have been invited to a YouTube event that he also got invited to. I'm trying to think who else there is. Every once in a while back in the day, there were a fair share of bigger content creators that actually reached out to me. That was very humbling. Like that's how I met Abdallah Smash. He, for as long as I've known him, has always been a bigger creator than myself, but he reached out to me and wanted to do a Pokemon battle with me. And we played, and he won. But since then, he's been very nice to me. He's featured me in a fair share of other series on his channel. So whenever we see each other at events, we usually, like, we'll help each other. Like, if he needs someone to operate his camera, I'll operate, or if he you know, if I asked him, hey, can you take a picture of me with this thing, he'll do it. So there was that one. And then there are people who I was friends with who I was bigger than for a time who went on to become much bigger than myself. And I think a prime example of that is my good friend Charles C. Bernardo, who has appeared several times in this series, who has drawn my YouTube icon. When I first met him, I mean, my channel was bigger than his, and he passed me in popularity. And I'm telling all that because, one, I mean, of course I'm jealous. You know, good on him. He earned a success. And two, really the secret to a good friendship, as I keep saying, is not to become friends with someone just because they're popular. If anything, you want to become friends with someone before they become popular. Because that way you truly are friends with the guy. You truly are in good spirits with them. And that way, when they do become famous, there's a sense of trust between you guys. You know that you're not just friends because one person's famous. So there's that. And then, yeah, I met a lot of other people when I went to the Pokemon Symphonic Evolutions concert in 2014. Like I said, I met a lot of people at PAX East 2015, and then PAX Prime or PAX West 2015. I meet most of these creators at events, and from there it kind of becomes a bit easier. You get invited to events or parties or groups, and there are enough people at the event who trust you, so you're kind of allowed to stick around. So you get to meet other people at a group event or a party or something. So I'm very fortunate to be in that circumstance. I'm sorry if it just sounded like I was bragging the entire time. But I know I like hearing stories about how certain creators meet, so I thought I'd go ahead and explain how I met some creators as well. And I'm glad to say that I can still hang out with these guys, and I hope to hang out with them again when the world opens back up. I guess I should be looking at my quotas. How am I doing? I need to catch 12 more fish, and oh, really? Only 4 more bugs? Okay, great. Well, then let's keep fishing. So, you know, I know a good group of people, and I'm thankful for that. If I didn't trust certain people, then I wouldn't be hanging out with them. But I do trust these people, and they seem to trust me. I imagine they have a similar mindset. If they didn't trust me, they wouldn't keep working with me, I guess. I mean, I don't think I don't believe I give off this vibe of, like, anger. They're like, oh, don't make Yoshiller angry. Oh, no, Yoshiller, of course we want to keep working with you. You know, I don't think it's like that. Let me get some tree branches real quickly. I could just order another fishing rod, but it's okay. Here. Alright, how many tree branches we got? I'm at 5. Let me get one more for good luck. Come on, one more tree branch. Alright, okay, 2 more, even better. So, yeah, it's a good group of people to know. And a lot of these people in these circles do know each other, which is nice. Hang on, did I break a fishing rod? That's what I broke. Okay, so flimsy fishing rod, and then we'll upgrade that to a regular fishing rod. Yeah, a lot of these people in these circles do know each other. Like, the Completionist and Arlo know each other. Arlo and Choco Conroy know each other. I know all 3 of them. It gets to a point when you kind of know, like, who the safe people in the community are. And when someone is just mooching off of the bigger creators to try and, you know, get a quick rise to fame, you can kind of tell. So don't just try to hang out with the popular people. I get it. You know, it's nice to be friends with the popular people, but you just gotta make sure you're not hanging out with them just because they're popular. And I know a lot of people will say, oh, well, you know, of course not. And it's like, oh, yeah, well, you seem pretty quick to try and, you know, kiss up to such and such creators. You know, I go to events a lot, and these big creators will have groups of fans just follow them. And I don't know what to say. Like, I don't want to be mean to the fans, but the truth of the matter is, like, you're not just going to become his friend if you follow him around. Really, what you need to do is you need to build up your own portfolio, your own resume, and give him a reason to be friends with you. Because, you know, otherwise, I'm sorry to say, you're just going to come off as a guy who seems desperate for his friendship. And I get that. I've had 1 or 2 people appear to try to become friends with me, and I guess I'm flattered, right? But I'm like, I'm not just going to become friends with you. I don't want to be mean. Look, I keep track of who the nice commenters are in my videos. You know, I can tell when people leave comments for a long enough time, and those people start to gain my trust and respect. But when people are, like, trying to kiss up to me, that's when I'm like, I guess I appreciate it, but I can tell you're just trying to kiss up. Don't worry, if you've been commenting on my videos, and you're like, hey, good video, Yoshiller, yada, 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 don't worry. I'm not talking about you guys watching. You guys are fine. I'm talking about when people repeatedly try to message me and try to get my attention, and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm sorry. Thank you for watching my stuff. You know, but I imagine bigger creators have it a lot worse and they deal with it all the time. So, again, very fortunate to be in the situation that I'm in. Very fortunate to know the people that I know. And I don't really know if I can give advice. I tried to kind of give advice earlier in this video. I don't really know that it was great advice, but I do what I can. All I can really say is that we know when someone is trustworthy, and we know when someone is not, Or I like to think we have pretty good judgment. And, yeah, I've been burned a couple of times in the past, and I imagine a lot of other people have been too. But we know, okay? People gossip. We know it gets spread around. If you truly are a good person and you truly are deserving of someone's respect, I do believe that you will get it. If you are a competent creator, if you are a guy who has good values, if you are a guy who really is just trying to hang out regardless of someone else's popularity, I truly believe that other creators will recognize that. You know, if you go to a group party and you go to a group dinner and you've only got like 200 subscribers, we're not going to be like, oh, you're only a guy that has 200 subscribers. That's not what we care about. The fact of the matter is, if you were invited to this group party and you're the smallest creator there, it doesn't matter. We respected you enough to go to this group party. I've been to group dinners all the time when I go to conventions. And sometimes I was the smallest creator, and sometimes I was the biggest creator. But it doesn't matter, because we're not there judging people by their viewership size. We're there judging people by their character. So that's and I've been in situations where one or two people were there and they were very clearly trying to kiss up, and it's like, dude, we can tell. We can tell. I know I have other friends who have had stories where they've actually told people to leave. I'm fortunate enough to where that's never happened. I've never been in a situation where someone was trying to kiss up so much where another person said you need to leave. But you know, I'm thankful that I can't hang out with these people. And basically, I'm telling all these stories because I desperately want to hang out with them again, because they were so nice to me and I miss those memories, and the world's been shut down for far too long and I'm craving the attention again. Is that fair? There. That's where we're at. And look, the world won't be shut down forever. Conventions will happen again. I don't know when they'll be safe, but, you know, there will be social activities again. And I'm glad that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm glad that, you know, my friends and I, even during these tough times, we can look back at the good times that we had with one another. And, you know, it is a slight ego booster, but it does make me feel good knowing that, much like how I'm telling these stories about me meeting friends at these events, it does make me feel good that I can watch another YouTube video and someone else has a similar story about me, you know? And someone else is like, you know who was cool? Yoshiller. And that makes me all warm and fuzzy inside, and I'm such a sucker for that type of stuff. I like hearing people say compliments about me. But, you know, and, you know, there's other groups of channels that have been nothing but generous to me. Like, you want me to give some more shout-outs? Alright, Swanky Box. He's awesome. The Treesicle guys. Those guys have been nothing but nice to me. I'm trying to think. Nathaniel Bandy. Nothing but nice to me. You know, just all around awesome people who really show nothing but respect to me. And anytime I go to events, it's always a pleasure seeing all these people. And you know, Beta 64, that's another one. Very good guy. I had dinner with him and his wife, and they were nothing but generous to me. And yeah, I know there's a lot more people I could be giving shout-outs to, and maybe I have a friend who's watching this, and they're like, what about me? It's like, don't worry. I mean, I have a bunch of online friends. Obviously, I have all the friends that have appeared in this Animal Crossing series. I have friends who haven't appeared in this Animal Crossing series. I'm basically just telling convention stories. Obviously, if you're friends with me and you're watching this video, obviously I love you guys. You guys mean the world to me more than you could ever know. And I've said time and time again that I'm nothing without my friends and my fans and my family. I really am just a guy just playing Animal Crossing. Otherwise, you guys make me who I am in the truest sense. So I really appreciate all that people have done for me. Good news is the fishing quota is done for the day. The bad news is I need 2 more bugs, and I don't know if 2 more bugs are going to spawn on this island. I mean, I can hope so. I can run around with my net and hope for the best, but I have my doubts. I haven't seen any bugs on this island for a little while. I might just have to end it here. I mean, I did catch 2 extra bugs yesterday, so if I really wanted to be technical, I'd be like, well, I did clear the quota yesterday, but I really don't want to have to do that. Maybe if I go back to my island, it'll be done raining. I don't know. Either way, I'll put a bunch of stuff in the drop-off box, and then we'll have to wrap up the video. Alright, I'm ready to go home. Okay? I'm ready to be soaring hyacinth or whatever Wilbur just said. Yeah, point is, as I do these Animal Crossing videos, obviously I've done a bunch of multiplayer videos, but as I do more single-player focused experiences and I want to talk about stuff, I realize that the memories and stories that are most important to me are the ones that involve my friends. and most of my friends I meet and hang out with at conventions. And I've said time and time again that conventions are some of the most important events I've ever attended, and that's probably why, is because my friends make them what they are. So, try not to take those days for granted, and it makes me all the more glad that I was able to travel when I did. And my story to people going forward is when the world opens up again, and when things are deemed to be safe enough, if you can, travel. So we'll see how that all plays out. I want to hang on to a couple of extra fish, because I want to make a model of them one day. I will bonk one rock. Oh, actually, no, hang on. There's wharf roaches right here. All right, let's not scare them now. Frick, no! Ah! That's like one of 2 bugs that can even spawn on my island in the rain, and I blew it. The other one might be like a centipede or a pill bug or something, but I doubt anything's going to spawn right now. Ah! Doggone it. Doggone it, doggone it, doggone it. Alright, I will bonk one more rock, and it's going to be this one at the tip top. Nope, I did not mean to do that. You go in a diagonal. There it is! There's a bug! Let's go. I don't need the rocks. Come on, extra bug. Got it! Alright, that's much better. Makes up for the fact that I just missed that wharf roach. Okay. I technically need to get one more bug today if I want to fulfill the bug catching quota, but you know what? I'm pretty content with that, so I think I'm ready to end things here. So folks, that wraps up today's video of Animal Crossing New Horizons as soon as I sell some extra stuff. Oh, yeah, here we go. Boom, boom. Good. And then I guess I can put those fish in my storage, huh? Hopefully CJ shows up one more time before the series ends. I would like that a lot. But for now, I'll put these fish away, and then I'll do the proper goodbyes. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we are. Alright, and then we do boom, Ranchu goldfish, put in storage, pop-eyed goldfish, put in storage, Ranchu goldfish, put in storage, and pop-eyed goldfish, put in storage. And I've got one more Nook Miles ticket for tomorrow. Alright, that wraps up today's video of Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all in future videos where I catch more fish and bugs. We're almost done! Less than 600 fish, less than 200 bugs. Almost there. Alright, bye-bye, humans! Whoosh! Hey, thank you for watching my video. If you want to continue to support my content, the best thing you can do is like this video and subscribe to my channel. All you have to do is click the little buttons down below. Also, please be sure to follow me on Twitter to stay up to date with my video schedule. My tag is @RealYoshiller. I hope to see you all in future videos. Bye-bye! Whoosh!